I arrived to find no place set for me. The table gleamed, silver-polished, glasses catching the soft golden light. My sister sat at the head, that smug little smirk curling her lips as if she'd choreographed this moment herself. "Oh," she purred, voice soft enough for only the elites to hear. "We only reserved seats for important guests." A ripple of laughter followed from my parents, aristocratic cousins, and strangers masquerading as friends. My father's hand waved me off, dismissive, detached. "Don't make a scene, Hannah." I didn't. I smiled faintly, curtly excused myself, and disappeared into the powder room. I closed the door, heart thrumming, a storm of rage quietly contained. And there, against the mirror, I set the timer, not on an alarm, but on their downfall. I remember the first time I trusted her. Not my sister, the girl I thought was my friend. Our laughter had filled empty dorm rooms, our secrets carved into notebooks we thought no one would ever read. She had been magnetic, clever, intoxicating. And I had been naive enough to believe we were equals. Until the small betrayals began. My ideas dismissed, my successes whispered away, my trust exploited. The realization wasn't immediate. It started with little things. A forgotten promise, a misdirected compliment, a glance that lingered too long on someone else's triumph. Patterns emerged. Then came the undeniable evidence, a message I wasn't meant to see, outlining how I was insignificant, how my presence only hindered the family's image. The betrayal burned through me like acid, yet I remained composed. Rage is a blunt weapon. I needed a scalpel. I didn't cry, I didn't confront, I planned. I started quietly, subtle recalculations of every social and financial move I could manipulate. Every guest at that dinner had a weakness, every family favor a lever I could pull. Legal contracts, banking oversights, the tiniest public embarrassments, nothing was too small. I watched, waited, patience became my greatest ally. Months of preparation passed unnoticed. Invitations I hadn't been meant to receive arrived in my inbox. Contacts I'd never expected answered. I learned the rhythm of their lives, the cadence of arrogance and indulgence. And I plotted, quietly, methodically, until the pieces aligned perfectly. The rehearsal dinner had been the spark. Tonight would be the fire. I returned to the head table when the first toast began, radiant, composed, carrying the weight of my calm vengeance like armor. My sister's smile faltered the moment she saw me glide past the crowd, the center of attention in a way she had never allowed me to be. The wine glasses trembled in her hands, and I wondered if she recognized the predator she had underestimated. Step 1. Subtle humiliation. The caterer I had quietly persuaded to misplace her meticulously planned seating cards left her scrambling. Her meticulously rehearsed speeches stumbled. Laughter, this time not at me, punctuated the room. Step 2. Social leverage. I unveiled the evidence of her financial oversight to the family. A whispered mismanagement here, a discreetly discovered account there. Eyes widened, jaws tightened. Her facade of perfection crumbled like dry stone. Step 3. Emotional exposure. I sent messages she thought private to the very people who would care most, the ones who had idolized her for her charm and wit. Each revelation landed like a calculated blow, sharp and precise. She grasped for control, but control had long since slipped through her fingers. The climax was silent. No screaming, no confrontation. Only the subtle, devastating recognition in her eyes as her world, so carefully curated, unraveled in the hands of the one she had underestimated most. Me. By the time dessert arrived, I sat across from her, glass raised. She looked at me, mouth open, and for the first time, I saw fear. Not the childish fear of a scolded girl, but the paralyzing, almost beautiful terror of someone realizing they'd lost everything to the very person they had trampled. I didn't gloat, I didn't speak. My smile was enough. The room was mine without a word. The laughter that once ridiculed me now belonged to me. Later, alone in my room, I exhaled for the first time in months. Not relief for vengeance, not joy for cruelty, but the serenity that comes with rightful reclamation. I hadn't broken the rules, I had bent them. I hadn't lost myself, I had risen. My sister? She would rebuild her world from the ruins, but never on the same pedestal she had once stood. And as for me, I had learned a simple truth. Being underestimated is not a weakness, it is a weapon. I set the timer on their downfall once, but the echo of it would last a lifetime.